For today's ice bath interview, I've got Mike Wacker here, the owner and lead instructor of Black Hole in Poughkeepsie, New York. So the way this works is we're going to start the interview once we're in the ice bath, and we're going to be adding ice every minute on the minute. Ready to get started?
I'm ready. It's cold out already.
Yeah,
so.
it is. Nice and windy.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Which one? This one's mine?
Yeah. In through the nose, out slowly through the mouth. All right, so tell me, Mike, how did you first get into jiu-jitsu?
So, when I was 12 years old, I walked into a jiu-jitsu school because I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle. And, I fell in love with it and started training 6-7 days a week. And I've been doing the same ever since. So it's been like 20 plus years now. So
okay, and you started this school pretty early, right?
Yeah, I was 17. We built a room in my parents' basement, and had a bunch of my friends from high school start training. And then from there, like, more people started showing up, and my parents were like, "You gotta get out of here! Like, you can't be having everybody in here, you know." So. Then I opened up my own spot when I was 22, and now we have a full franchise affiliates. We're here in PA now, so it's pretty cool.
Awesome. So when you first started jiu-jitsu, did you ever think it could turn into what it is today?
No. I mean, I've seen it evolve, and like my first tournament was in 1998. So like to start in that situation where there was like probably 30 competitors total, to see where it is now, it's just like unreal. It's really cool, you know, and like. It's a passion, and I love it. And like to be able to grow up in the sport and see it grow with you, I think that's really special. So.
Okay. And how did you learn in the early days?
We train in the gi a lot, because that was like traditional, especially with the Brazilians running everything. You had to do the gi. So now, man, I don't train in the gi at all. It's all no gi. So. But
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a better way of doing things.
Yeah. All right, so you're known for being a great cornerman. Mm-hmm. What's your approach? Like, what's your advice for someone who's new to cornering, doesn't really have a good strategy?
I mean, for me, it's all about game planning and working with your athletes. Because if you don't work with your athletes every single day, then they don't understand your terminology. I'm known for being a good cornerman, but I'm also known for really working with my guys hand in hand. When I go into a corner cold and I don't know the person, it is really difficult to try and get them to do what I want them to do, because I may tell them to, go right with your, foot and use a different terminology that they may not understand. And then they look at me like I have 10 heads, So like the reason why I have so many good guys and, they make me look good, to be honest. They understand what I want them to do, and we're just in sync. Like, I could look at Matt and he understands what I'm trying to tell him to do. And then it's like playing a video game. It's like I have a controller and they just execute. And if they could execute, then we're ready to rock. But a lot of it is game planning. A lot of it is, film study, like, especially in super fights, man. I'm big on film study.
Okay.
Like, if we're trying to get ready for a specific opponent, I'm trying to get out there and I'm trying to find every tendency that he likes to do, and I'm trying to shut that down. And if we could shut that down and get to our A game, we're going to win, Mm-hmm. So that's the biggest thing. Put your athletes in the position to always succeed. And if I can do that as a coach, then I've done my job, and then it's just up to them to do their thing. It's ultimately up to them. I'm the side job.
And how do you balance the amount of information you give them? Do you tailor that by the individual athlete?
It depends on what they can absorb. I think the biggest thing is that it depends on who you're working with, right? Like, I know that I can show someone A, B, and C, but if they can't absorb all three things at once, then I'll break it down. We'll start with A, and then we have more time, throughout the week to get B and C. So it just depends on who we're working with. And a lot of times I'm hands-on, so like if we're rolling and all that type of stuff, we can work through it together.
Okay, if you could compete against anyone in the world, active or not, who would it be and what would your approach be to beating them?
Oh my God, that's a loaded question. I mean, I have no idea, man. Honestly, every single match matters to me. I don't really have a specific opponent that I would want. I think being out there again and being able to compete at a high level at my age right now is, something special. I don't really have many years left, I don't think, in my prime. So I'm just going to put myself out there. And
Okay.
my best against someone else's best, I have confidence within myself that it'll be good enough that day. And whoever it may be, let them come. They get all come get it.
Who would you say shaped your game the most? Do you have like a jiu-jitsu idol?
I actually don't. I
No?
don't at all. I've been very lucky to have a lot of people have a hand in what I've been able to do. And I don't have anyone specific to shout out, but I have a lot of really great people right now with me. Mm-hmm. And honestly, a lot of my success is owed to the people that I have around me right now. So I think, just shouting them out, they know who they are. They deserve a lot of credit. So I'll go with that.
Okay, so students more than anyone else.
Students, training partners, my team, my business partners, they're all amazing. So I owe it all to them. They're
Awesome.
my motivation to always be better. And my daughter. So,
Sure, yeah. All right, if jiu-jitsu didn't exist, what would you be doing?
I'd be a nerd.
A nerd?
I'd be a nerd. I'd watch sports. I don't know. I'm active. But yeah, I think this gave me an avenue to be passionate about something and be physical and be competitive. And, I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. So, but other than that, I'd probably be a comic book nerd and play Dungeons and Dragons. So, holy shit, how much longer we got in here?
Hey, dude, you tell me.
Dying. I think that's it. I think I tapped.
You tapped?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right. So we're going to warm up with a horse stance. So get a little bit low. We want to get those quads activated. Big muscle, that's going to get some blood flowing up into our bodies. And we're going to be extending our body out so that we can get a good stretch in our intercostal muscles here.
Okay.
So we're going to breathe into that. What would you say is your top career highlight?
Watching that kid.
Okay.
That's my top career highlight. Watching my students succeed. I'll tell you right now, I've never been more proud of someone than I was of him in December. And I think that's to be able to share in that moment. That's what my career is about.
All
Not
right.
competing. That's all well and good, but you're only as good as your next one. But to share it with someone else makes it special.
All right, we're talking about Masch. So where do you see him going?
The sky's the limit. He can do whatever he wants. He just got to stay focused, be consistent, and keep his mindset the same as he has right now, and that's just to be a champion in everything in his life. And if he does that, then who cares? He'll be fine.
I like it. All right. Well, I appreciate you joining me.
Thank you. I'm gonna go and take a hot shower.
Yeah,
Holy
do it.
Fuck.